Hey, hey, hey. Time for another out of this world story from rSpace. I, 28 male, don't know how to tell my bipolar wife, 27 female, I saw her messages with other men. My wife has been struggling with her mental health lately. She has a diagnosis of bipolar and anxiety. She has medications for this, but I have been questioning lately if she's been taking them. She's been having bursts of rage mainly where anything that doesn't go as she wants or expects. I've been doing my best to calm her, but often it turns into her becoming more aggressive. She doesn't turn it to me, but does throw and break things. I've recently tried to talk to her about this, and it went alright. She said she will tell her therapist and doctor what's happening and see what's next. I felt really good that maybe we can turn this all around. She's still been distant with me for a while, but I had hoped it was just part of what she has going on. Last night, she was getting ready for bed and left her phone in the living room. I'm not the type of person that would go through her phone or anything like that. She did start getting a bunch of alerts, so I did look at the phone. It was still locked, but she was getting a bunch of messages from a few people on Kik. They were suggestive and at least showed me she's emotionally more involved with someone else or others. From what I can tell, I don't think she's been meeting anyone else, but I don't know for sure. How do I confront her with this? She's been increasingly unstable lately, so I'm trying to avoid a major blowout. Or do I plan my exit strategy? I have thought about it, but also want to know at least why she's doing this. Update. A few days ago, I came home to get something I forgot and without any warning walked in on my wife with her best friend's husband. This friend is a friend she's had since they were kids. I flew into a rage and hit him. I told her to get out and not be there when I return. I'm not sure where she is staying. I have since told his wife, who was devastated and said she'll think about divorce. He's still there, but they have a child. We don't have any children. I want to see his life ruined. I want to see him end up on the street. I'm so angry that this happened, that he would do that to me. These were our friends. My wife keeps texting and calling, now apologizing. She's leaning on the bipolar for her impulsive behavior. I haven't answered her at all. It's too raw and that image is seared into my mind. I've been sleeping in the guest bedroom and got rid of the bed I caught them on. My anger has been getting the best of me lately. Next update. She's still talking to him. Yep, she's still talking to him. I've been angry since I walked in on them. My soon-to-be ex-wife and her best friend's husband. I filed for divorce and kicked her out. I told her best friend what I knew. We have no kids, but her best friend has one and opted for reconciliation. That made me angrier. He doesn't deserve that, but I did my best to let it go. My wife texted and called nonstop afterwards until I blocked her. I needed to think. She's staying with the excuse of it being her bipolar spinning her into these things. Then how long was the affair? I couldn't let it go and I unblocked her. I agreed to drop off some of her things and talk. I get there and she's sorry. She tries to sleep with me, but I wasn't going to play into that. She's telling me she lost her life and is sorry. She has no one now. I started to feel bad for her. I asked her how long did it go on for. 6 months. 6 months? How can she say it was her impulsiveness from her bipolar when it's been going for 6 months? I try to stay calm. Her phone was on the coffee table and I see messages coming in. From him. This hurts and I'm thinking I shouldn't have seen her. I left right then and there. I blocked her again. I feel like an idiot. Update. Going through the process, but the hurt is wearing me down. It's been a small amount of time away from my soon-to-be ex. I've heard that she's moved to her own place for now. We are still arranging for her to get her things from here. I've remained no contact with her for my own sanity. I try not to go searching for updates about her from friends or family. I think some think that are helping. I've been depressed since it all went down. I don't know where my life is going anymore. I've had a hard time even thinking there's a future. I don't know how to even begin picking up the pieces. Then to hear how easily she's still talking to the guy she was having the affair with, it hurts. I tried with her and dealt with so much. She was unstable from her bipolar so often. I saw the good and kept with it. I don't know if it's all her things I keep seeing that make me think about it so much. She really hurt me and I don't even hear about or see remorse from her. She was my wife and I question if she ever loved me. Update. I want to stop reliving this. It's been a couple months since everything went down. That day I walked in on my wife in bed with someone else. She's seemingly not bothered by this. What I do hear about her doesn't sound like someone heartbroken or over a broken marriage. She blames her bipolar and looks like that is what freed her from guilt. I can't stop myself from replaying that day in my head. I hate it, and all it does is make me angry all over again. I want to move on. It was suggested to get on Tinder. I haven't for many reasons. Does it help? Or am I better off wallowing in all of this? I can't find a distraction that works. All I do is work and go home to go to bed because it's better than sitting up all night thinking of this. I thought I'd get some peace packing all of her things up, but I haven't. Update. The blame. I want to thank this sub for helping me work through this. I've been posting often, but it's keeping me sane. I've been thinking about my marriage dissolving and how it got to this point. Right after I walked in on my wife with her affair partner, I immediately began thinking of how I could have prevented this. Was I gone too much with work? Did I not appreciate her enough? Was I being insensitive to her having bipolar? Should I have been checking more that she was still taking her meds? I'm still distraught over it and will be for a while. She, who had the affair at least 6 months, acts remorseful, but blames the bipolar completely. She is resting on that excuse. I've heard she's moved on. I've glanced at some social media. I know I shouldn't. And she's acting like our marriage ending was nothing. My life was upended and I struggle every day. She's living her best life now. I know that what's on social media isn't always true, but it hurts to see. Can she really be that unfeeling? She still talks to him and probably is still sleeping with him. I know that bipolar affects a lot, but I think she's using it as an excuse. I blame her now as I should have always done. She's not who I thought she was. It makes me even angrier to see her use the bipolar to excuse that she's a sociopath, selfish, and toxic person. Another update. After the dust settled. It's been some time now that everything happened with my ex and I. The brief backstory is that I walked in with my ex and her best friend's husband. I kicked her out immediately and in the process of divorce. Things have begun to settle for me. She got her things and it went smoothly enough. I've been in no contact with her for a little while now, about a few weeks. I'm beginning to find a new routine where she isn't the main piece. I'm trying to explore hobbies and working out. The thing is, there's this deep anger and sadness I can't seem to kick. Things on paper look to be on an upswing for me, yet I feel miserable deep down. I know time will help, but it's beginning to feel like something I won't be able to overcome. Maybe that's the deep sadness talking or the loneliness. I don't know that I have this sadness, but also this intense rage I keep at bay well enough. I think I'm looking for some reassurance it will get better. Update. The beginning of the end. I've spoken with my lawyer, and it's looking like we could be close to being divorced. I will have to concede some things, but it can be done. One being, I'll have to sell the house and move, which isn't all bad. I can't be too stubborn here, no matter how hurt I am. I can be truly single and rebuild. I've been in no contact with her. She's messaged me a few times, but I've not responded. She apologizes like it means something. How can it mean something when she's still seeing this also married guy? She still says she wasn't in her right mind during the affair because of the bipolar. The whole 6 months? What about now? She seems level from what I can tell now, but she's a ticking time bomb. There's a sliver of me that cares how she is. I still have a shred that cares if she goes off the deep end again. That tiny piece that cares if she's drinking more than usual or doing any other things. The part that knows how much she's been through. I should have seen the red flags the day I met her. I should have seen that she was a narcissistic sociopath. I wanted to save her. This is where I get off the ride. The divorce is almost done and she will officially not be my problem. I crave it, but I also have no clue what my future looks like. Update. I messed up and kicking myself hard. I've been in no contact with my soon-to-be ex. The divorce is almost done. Since I caught her in bed with her best friend's husband, I was angry. I had zero interest in her or her excuses. I'm almost at the finish line, and I messed up. She texts me. I had her unblocked, and it sounds like she's threatening to hurt herself. I contact her to see if she's okay. I should have called the police. Anyways, we started talking and she invites me over. By now, it's late and I've been drinking. I go there because I'm an idiot. She's flirting and all over me. I had a lapse in judgment and sleep with her. It's been a while, but I never was so angry while sleeping with someone. I was rougher than usual and she loved it. She keeps texting me after I leave. After some time I realize I opened a Pandora's box. She's talking like we could work. I have to tell her I'm done. We're getting this divorce. She calls me and leaves this long message rambling. She's drunk. She's likely high and telling me that she's still seeing her affair partner. I couldn't listen to the whole thing. I have all the answers and more, but why did it have to be like this? Yes, I messed up here. I'm pretty upset with myself. It's no contact from now on. I need this divorce to happen ASAP. Update. This is a mess, but I think I'm doing the right thing. I got a call to my work phone from her in serious distress. She sounded drunk and/or high. She was asking for help and saying sorry a lot. I missed that call, so it was on my voicemail. Here's where I'm going to get some heat. I try calling, no answer. I go to her apartment because I care about her well-being. No answer, but I know she's there. Finally opens the door, and she's a wreck and barely conscious. She's so messed up. Her ex is there, seemingly sober, and I'm not okay with it. I get him to leave and I take her to the house. I will be putting it on the market soon, per the divorce. I don't know what was happening there, but he's been increasingly threatening to her and has driven by at least twice. I'm letting her stay here. It's stupid, but I care about her safety. She's in the process of going to rehab. There's a schedule, and once she's completed it, she's back to her apartment. The divorce is still happening. I haven't slept with her. We stay in different rooms. This was me not wanting her to have more trauma added to her life. I feel confused sometimes, but I fully intend to move on. I fully intend to go full no contact once we are divorced, and she knows. Am I falling for some sort of intricate plan of hers, or am I doing the right thing? I feel conflicted often about this being the right choice. I can't sit idly by knowing she's in potential danger.